Hey everyone! So we're here with the launch of the Whisper of the Old Gods expansion for Hearthstone. It came out today of recording, so yesterday was the official launch. I didn't buy any packs this time, like the 50/50 like I did for Grand Tournament. Mostly because like honestly I haven't played Hearthstone really much at all since I stopped doing the videos of it. So like, I didn't, and obviously I don't just have $50 to drop whenever I want, unfortunately. But luckily, I found out, there were things said on Reddit and, just, internet forums and stuff, and now proven that you actually get a decent number of free packs just for playing the game. So you can see we have 17 packs here. I'm going to open them. We have 17 packs. You get 3 for just playing, like, oh, we're getting things now. Hold on. Hey, welcome from the Old Gods. We get Cthulhu, which is the a legendary that's really annoying to deal with. Like, I have so many problems with this set, and I'll talk about it all in a minute. But they're not real problems, they're just me being bad at this game problems. So Cthulhu here is a 10-drop, a 6/6 for 10, who Battle Cry is deal damage equal to this means attack randomly split among all enemies. So, you buff him more, and when you play him, he deals a whole bunch of damage. So we get that, and then we get Beckoner of Evils, which is a 2/3 for 2. That Battle Cry gives your Cthulhu +2/+2 wherever it is. What that means is that presumably it has to still be in your deck, but I don't actually have proof of that yet. But presumably if Cthulhu is in your deck and you play Beckoner of Evil, it will get +2/+2. So you will have your 6/6 will be an 8/8 after playing this card, no matter where it is in your deck. Your hand, your deck, on the board, it always gets +2/+2. It might even if it counts in your graveyard, because there's actually ways to get it out of your graveyard from what I understand. But I might have just misread a card, so we'll look into that. Okay, so you get those cards out of it free, so you have a little bit of Old Gods no matter what, even if you can't buy any packs. But the way it works is you get 3 free packs for just like playing a game. I don't even know if you have to win it. Just like the first game you play, I got 3 packs. Boom. Then you get a special daily, or I guess at the same time, I don't think you have to get the packs to get the daily, but I'm not sure. You get a daily to win, I think it's 3 games in standard mode instead of wild. And you get 5 packs. And then immediately after completing that daily, you get an additional daily to win 7 games in standard, and that gives you 5 more packs. So you get a total of 13 free packs without spending a gold coin or real money at all. And then through that, and just a little bit, I had 400 gold. So I bought another 4 packs, giving us 17 packs that we're going to open. We're going to see where we get, and then I have a fun idea of a deck. I don't know if I'm going to play it, because I played a lot of games to get the money, and it took me a while to get to this point, because I'm playing against people who have Old God cards and I don't. So it was really a struggle. So I don't know if I'm going to play because I'm kind of tilted, but we're gonna open pack and see how it goes. So first one. Nice animation, I'm liking it. The eyeball explodes, you splatter. Okay, no legendary in the first pack. And we're gonna go through all these cards, don't worry. And I know a couple, they've been being announced, people have been releasing them, and I've played a bit, so I've seen a couple of them, but there's still plenty I don't know. So we got a Warlock card here, Darkshire Councilman, a 1/5 for 3, where after you summon a minion, gain +1 attack. Okay, I kind of like that one. That's actually really good in my Zoo deck. I like that card a lot. It's a little rough being 3 because you have to kind of wait, but still. Spawn of N'Zoth, which is a 2/2 for 3, and when it dies, it gives your minions +1/+1. Not bad, not bad. Scarum Cultist is a rare of the pack, a 7/6 for 6, that when you play it, gives your Cthulhu +2/+2. He's just a good card, honestly. Bilefin Tidehunter is a 2/1 for 2, that you summon a 1/1 ooze with taunt. So it's like that, I can't remember the Tidehunter, the normal Murloc card that when you play you summon a 1/1 Murloc. Instead of a Murloc you summon an ooze with taunt. So I think it's just a sheer upgrade, honestly. I'll have to double check. Because yeah, it just seems like it's literally just better. And then you get Twilight Elder, which really is annoying in the games that I played. It really bothers me because it's a 3/4 for 3, which is already a decent stat line. But in addition, at the end of your turn, you give your Cthulhu +1/+1. So the longer this stays on board, the buffer your Cthulhu gets, and it's really frustrating. Because it's not like an easy thing to kill. At least with the decks that I played. Also, it didn't help that I had to change my decks, because standard mode doesn't let me use the cards that I like. And we got a pack. Alright, just a rare. What do we got? Okay, we got another Scarum Cultist. We already have 2 of those. We've only opened 2 packs. We got the Dark Arakoa here. Druid card, 5/7 for 6. Has Taunt. And when you play him, give your Cthulhu a +3/+3. Okay, that's pretty good. We got the Twilight Geomancer of 1/4 for 2. That is Taunt and gives your Cthulhu Taunt. So with this card, if you play it and then at some point in the future play Cthulhu, your Cthulhu will have Taunt in addition to any other buffs that it's been given. You got Bog Creeper, which is a 6/8 for 7, which is I think just like 1 step up of the Fen Creeper or whatever it is. Maybe not 1 step, maybe 2. Might be 2 more, I'm not sure. And then you got the Flame Wreathed Faithless, which is a Shaman card, 4-drop, 7/7, Overload 2. So you turn 4, 7/7 is pretty good, and then you're down. Then you're down to 3 mana for the next turn if you don't play no other overloads. So that could be pretty good. Alright, one more. Okay, another Flame Wreath Faceless. We've got a Squirming Tentacle, which is a 2/4 Taunt for 3. Seems like a pretty just average card. Another Bog Creeper. A Paladin card. A Light in the Darkness. Discover a minion, give it +1/+1. I like that a lot, actually. That's kind of cool. And then Master of Evolution is a rare, which is a 4/5 for 4. Battle Cry. Transform a friendly minion into a random one that costs 1 more. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, there's actually a number of Shaman cards that I really like in this set that were announced ahead of time. So I might try and work on a Shaman deck. Oh, we got a rare. Okay. We got Doomcaller, which is a 7/9 for 8. And then there you go. You give your Cthulhu +2/+2, wherever it is. If it's dead, shuffle it into your deck. So you can play Cthulhu. Now, granted, this is like a super late game card, because that means you play Cthulhu, which is a 10-drop. So either, maybe not counting like Tavern Brawls, you have some, it's either turn 10 or like you're a Druid or something with boosted mana. You've played it, it's died, and then you Doomcall it to bring it in again. At least put it in your deck again. So that's like a really intense late game. Maybe that's really good in like a Druid deck, not Druid deck, a Mage deck, like a Freeze Mage deck kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, it's a 7/9 for 8, so like that part's not bad, and then you add into that. You got a South Sea Squid Face, which gives your weapon +2 attack when it dies. It's a 4/4 for 4. Another Flame Wreath Faithless, so that's just dust. Faceless Summoner, mage card that I love. Also, mages, in my opinion, mages are going to be one of the most fun things to do in this set. That's what I have a deck idea for after we're done with these cards, and I'm excited to see it. So we got Faceless Summoner. This is a 5/5 for 6, who, when you play him, summons a random 3-cost minion. And then a Twilight Geomancer again, which is the Taunt, give Cthulhu Taunt card. Alright. I'm hoping to get 1 legendary, but statistically speaking, that's not likely. Oh, we got a double rare pack, so that's not bad. I'm down with that. Another Bog Creeper, so I think that's dust. Darkshire Councilman, another one of those. Happy for that. Again, I think it'd be really good in my Zoo deck. Then this Feral Ridge card, which just seems really good. It's a 3... Actually, I guess maybe it's not as good as I think it is. Like, not to say it's bad, but like I'm thinking it's overpowered, so maybe it's... Because it's choose one, give your hero +4 attack this turn, or gain 8 armor. And I'm like, that seems really good, because both those numbers are really high. But then I think the Mage Secret Ice Armor, or Ice Barrier, or whatever, is a 3-drop that when you get attacked gives you 8 armor. So it's probably not. It's probably way more balanced than I think it is. It's just like really intense, frustrating. And then for our 2 rares, we've got a 3/3 for 3 Paladin called Steward of Darkshire. Whenever you summon a 1-health minion, give it Divine Shield. Oh lord, that's good. That's so good. I love that. I mean, it's hard to pull off, but yeah. I mean, you throw just a card too hard in a Paladin deck. Do that. Then play on the next turn, or a turn, you play Steward of Darkshire and Hero Power. You've got a 3/3 and 2 1/1s with Divine Shield. So I like that a lot. And then it's 1 health, so you throw things like what do you call them? Abusive Sergeants, which are 2/1s. Those guys get Divine Shields. I like that card a lot. I'm excited to see if I can make that into a deck somehow. And then we got this mage card, Cult Sorcerer, which is a 3/2 for 2. Spell damage +1, and after you cast a spell, your Cthulhu, or give your Cthulhu +1/+1. So it's kind of like Mana Wyrm, but instead of buffing itself, it buffs Cthulhu. So that's pretty cool. I like the idea of that one. Scorp. Oh, we got an epic and a rare. Cool. We're gonna go rare last. Infested Wolf is a 3/3 for 4 that Death Rattle summon 2 1/1 spiders. Okay, that's pretty good. Another Squirming Tentacle. Infested Tauren is a 2/3 for 4 that has Taunt and Death Rattle summon a 2/2 slime. That slime does not have Taunt. So it's just, it's a hit. It does another 2/2 on the board. Which is still good. On the Hunt is a 1 cost spell that deals the damage and summons a 1/1 Mastiff. Is Mastiff does it have charge automatically, or is it just a dog? I don't know. We'd have to look into that. And then our rare for the pack is a 9-drop. Holy cow! A 4/4 for 9. Battle Cry. Destroy a minion. Add its attack and health to Cthulhu's. That's good. That could be really good, actually. Yeah. I like that one a lot. I don't know if I'll use it necessarily, because honestly I'm not a huge fan of the rogue playstyle. But that's a good card. Alright, another Flame Wreath Faceless. Blood to Ichor is our rare, which is deal 1 damage to a minion. If it survives, summon a 2/2 slime. Okay. Oh, I actually like that. That's kind of cool. Especially as a warrior, because you can do it to your own minion. So, like, you can, what do you call that? Grim Patron. Grim Patron, if you Grim Patron that, you now have a 3/2, a 3/3, and a 2/2 on board for 4 mana. I think. Grim Patron's 3? Or is Grim Patron 4? I don't know how much Grim Patron costs. I don't use it. But yeah, so like that idea there is pretty good. Another warrior card, Ravaging Ghoul, is a 3/3 for 3. Battlecry, deal 1 damage to all other minions. Okay, so you play it and it just kind of yells and does 1 damage to everything. Not bad. You got the Amgam Rager. Okay, so it's kind of like the Fire and Frost Rager. A 1/5 for 3. So, but instead of having a lot of health and instead of having a lot of damage and little health, it has little damage and a lot of health. At least in, relation. You got just, bland old Eldritch Horror, which is a 6/10 for 8. And then another Flame Wraith Faceless. Alright, oops, let go, but oh well. And bam, 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 bam. Nothing, okay, we got 2 Possessed Villagers, which are 1/1 for 1s that summon a 1/1 Shadow Beast when they die. Again, more great cards for my Zoolock deck. We got another Twilight Elder here, which is at the end of your turn, give Cthulhu +1/+1. We've got a Tentacle of N'Zoth, which is a 1/1 for 1 that when dies, deal 1 damage to all minions. And then you've got Servant of Yogg-Saron. Oh man, am I excited for this card. Okay, so he's a 5/4 for 5. Servant of Yogg-Saron, Battlecry, casts a random spell that costs 5 or less. Targets chosen randomly. Now, the reason I love this card is because the deck I want to build is a Yogg-Saron deck. If you do know what that is, you know exactly what to expect. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. Hopefully I'll get it in this packs, but I won't because I'm not that lucky. I have the dust to craft one though, and after we're done with the packs, I'm gonna go make it. Because that is the one card that I'm like, this is gonna be fun. My deck won't work well at first because it's literally just a goofy thing that I didn't put a lot of thought into. But it's something that I like the idea of. All right. So we got a Bladed Cultist, which is a 1/2 for 1 rogue card with combo gain +1/+1. So nice little boost if you got the early game, like a backstab into Bladed Cultist or something along those lines. Rogue cards. Another Infested Tauren, another Dark Arakoa, a Druid spell, 2-drop, Mark of Yisharj. I'm going to pronounce most of these wrong, most of the old god names. Yisharj, maybe? Give a minion +2/+2. If it's a beast, draw a card. Okay. So, because they're trying to push Beast Druid, they're trying to make Beast Druid a thing. So that's that. And then our rare is Undercity Huckster. A 2/2 for 2 Death Rattle. Add a random class card to your hand from your opponent's class. Okay, so it's kind of like the Hamburglar card. The spell, I think it's called Burgle. But it's a minion. And it only gives you 1 card. That's pretty dope, I like that. Alright. There we go. Alright, just a rare. We got another Amgam Rager. Psychotron. That's dope looking. I want a shiny one of those, or gold one. A 3/4 for 5 with Taunt and Divine Shield. Right, so it's instead of a Noyotron, it's, you know, the bumped up version of that. Is a Noyotron even allowed anymore? What set is that? Is that GVG? Because I think that's not allowed anymore. I wonder if that's it. Maybe they taking a lot of cards away, or they're adding cards like this in because they're taking old cards away. Darkshire Alchemist is a 4/5 for 5, Battle Cry, heal 5. And we got 2 of those here, and then we got another Steward of the Darkshire, which again, super excited to try and work that into a deck. Alright. Ooh, I got a golden rare and a regular rare. That's pretty dope. Okay. Bog Creeper we've seen, Spawn of N'Zoth we've seen, and Mark of Yasharj we've seen. Then we've got this Warlock rare, Spreading Madness, which is a 3-drop, deal 9 damage, randomly split among all characters, which is very fitting to a Warlock. So a pretty low cost, but potentially high risk depending on the board, because it's 9 damage, you know, hitting everything, including you and your minions, or potentially hitting you and your minions, of course. And then we've got a golden rare here, the Forbidden Ritual, which is another Warlock spell, a 0-drop, which, well, I guess it's 0 mana, but it uses all of your remaining mana, and you summon that many 1/1 tentacles. So you'd only ever want to do it if you have 7 or less, and then you have no minions. So, I mean, it's pretty good because it's literally all your mana, so it always fills out your mana curve. Like, there's no way that it doesn't fill out your mana curve. It uses all your mana. And then you throw into buffs. Like, again, in a Zoolock deck, especially if you have, like, Knife Juggler. There we go. I was trying to think. You pull, like, Knife Juggler, and then you throw that down, and you get 6 knives in addition to 6 1/1s. You know, that's... While it's not, like, an inherently intimidating board at first, it's, you know, it's a full board. They just took 6 damage... Put it here. So that could be really good. Alright, we got a rare. Right. Oh, we got a whole bunch of new cards, at least. That's good. We got the Nerubian Prophet, which is a 4/4 for 6, that at the start of your turn reduces card's cost by 1. Okay, so the longer you hold on to it, the cheaper it gets. So like, you start the game with that, and then by turn 3, it's a 3-drop, right? So, right, so if you have it at the beginning of game, it's a 4/4 for 3, which is a pretty good drop. You got Duskboar, which is a 4/1 for 2 without charge. So you kind of got to play that to make sure it works. Oh, and then another Nerubian Prophet, that's 2. We got our second South Sea Squid Face. And then we have Evolve, which is great. It's a 1-drop Shaman spell that transforms your minions into random minions that cost 1 more. Blarp. Come on, work. Of course, much like with TGT, with Epic, nice, with everyone, you know, trying to do this, there's going to be some lag there. Alright, we got a Faceless Behemoth, which is a 10/10 for 10, you know, pretty straightforward stat line. Not great, but honestly, if you get one out, especially you throw things like things that randomly pull creatures or something like that, you know, it could potentially be really good. Zealous Initiate, which is a 1/1 for 1, that when it dives, gives a random friendly minion +1/+1. We've got Shadow Strike, which is a rogue spell for 3 that deals 5 damage to an undamaged character. Okay, it's pretty good. Journey Below, which is our rare, is a 1-drop rogue spell that discover a Death Rattle card. And then our epic is a 3/6 for 5 Crazed Worshipper. Taunt. Whenever this minion takes damage, give your Cthulhu +1/+1 wherever it is. So in theory there you want to be taking a lot of little damage It's kind of like I think he might even be Cult Worshipper, maybe is his name. The 1/3 that whenever it takes damage you draw a card. It's kind of like that concept where you want to optimally he's taking little hits of damage at a time to optimize the game. It also makes it more of a target for your opponent to kind of focus on that over maybe something else. Alright, we got another Faithless Behemoth. 10-10-10. Oh, my friend just opened Herald Volage. We've got a pre-spell here, a 5-drop called Power Word Tentacle, which gives a minion +2/+6, which is pretty good. Shatter, oh, that's pretty dope. It's a 2-drop mage spell that destroys a frozen minion. So going into Freeze Mage, you just kind of throw it down. You Cone of Cold, you Frost Nova. What else freezes? There are minions that freeze, stuff like that. Throw that down, shatter, boom. We have a 3rd Darkshire Alchemist, and then our 2nd Infested Wolf, which summons 2 spiders when it dies. Only 3 packs left, and no legendaries. Again, I'm not surprised that we're not having legendaries with only 17 packs. Last time with the TGT we opened 50 and only got 2. So we're not even half that, so 1 is not expected. Alright, we got the Usher of Souls, which is a 5/6 for 5 Warlock minion. That whenever a friendly minion dies, give your Cthulhu +1/+1. Okay. So again, it's not great, but if you did a Zoolock Cthulhu deck, and you had a whole bunch of weak guys that you threw at them and then gave them, that's kind of good, but I don't know if that's necessarily the best use for Usher of Souls. We have our 3rd Twilight Geomancer. We have our 3rd Twilight Elder. I don't know if we've had 2 or 3 Tentacle of N'Zoths now, but we had at least 1 before. And then, And then our rare here is a 4/5 for 4 Klaxi Amber Weaver, which I think are the type. They're the enemies in the Mist of Pandaria expansion, and I don't know the name of the zone, but there's a dungeon that they're in. They're like bug people, but not like the Nerubians. But it's a 4/5 for 4 battle cry. If your Cthulhu has at least 10 attack, gain +5 health. Does it mean the card? So if your Cthulhu has at least 10 attack, I think this card becomes a 4/10. I think it's how that works. Alright. Running along this crack here. Pop. Oh, we got 2 rares, so that's good. Alright, another Darkshire Alchemist, another Squirming Tentacle, and another Zealous Initiate. We've got the Corrupted Seer, which is a 2/3 for 6 Murloc card. Battle Cry, deal 2 damage to all non-Murloc minions. Okay, so kind of get some aggressive Murloc cards for a Murloc deck. And then we got another Doomcaller, which is the potentially brings Cthulhu back if Cthulhu is dead. And then for our final pack, yep, no legendaries. Again, not that I'm super surprised. I think literally all of these cards are dust. Yeah, I think we opened 17 packs of this brand new set that we had no cards for, and we already opened a pack that is entirely dust. Oh, that's my luck. I mean, that's really bad luck for me. Alrighty then. So that's it for the packs. We now go to my collection once it starts to work. There we go. And then we got a whole bunch of new cards, but we'll go into crafting and we'll disenchant our extras. 13 commons and 1 rare. For an extra 85. So now we are going to... I don't remember exactly how to spell it, so we're just gonna... Legendary. Did I spell that right? Good, okay. So we're going to kind of go to the end here, because I think it's a neutral one. Okay. So we can actually kind of look through all these if you want. Here we go, yeah. So we'll look at this page because we're here. We've got Sagoth the Slitherer, which is a 5/9 for 9. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. Okay, and Taunt. Ysir and Deathwing are already here. This is Deathwing Dragonlord, which is still a 12/12 for 10. Death Rattle, put all dragons from your hand into the battlefield. Okay. So instead of removing everything from the board, this one, if you play a dragon deck, will give you a whole bunch of dragons. Then we've got N'Zoth the Corruptor, which is a 5/7 for 10. Battle Cry, summon your Death Rattle minions that died this game. Okay. So like you play Death Rattle deck, you play him, and then when you play him, your Death Rattles come back. Obviously not all of them, depending on which ones you played or how many you played, but up to your board limit as far as I understand. Yogg-Saron, my personal favorite, is a 7/5 for 10. That Battle Cry, cast a random spell for each spell you've cast this game. Targets chosen randomly. So that means if you play like a mage deck, for example, you can play him, and for every spell you've played that game, and right now it works for everyone because everyone has spells, but mage is what comes to my mind because that's what I'm going to use it in. You play all those cards, and then for every spell you've played, it just picks one, and it could be any spell of any cost. It can pick useless cards. They'll just fizzle though, but it will still count as a use. And a little bonus thing is that it's a battle cry. So if you have Bronzebeard on the board when you play Yogg-Saron Hope's End, it does it twice, and it will do both. If you have Braun and then play Yogg-Saron, it will do both battle cries, no matter if Braun or Yogg-Saron are killed, mind controlled, transformed, destroyed, anything like that. It doesn't matter if they stay on the board or not. Both those will go through before, or no matter what happens to the cards. Except for with the exception of if either of the players die. If either of the players die, the spells stop casting immediately and the game ends. But other than that, they will go through to all of them. And then we have got this 10/10 for 10. You charge Rage Unbound, which is at the end of your turn, put a minion from your deck into the battlefield. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. Alright. So we got Yogg-Saron Hope's End here, who I'm going to create. How do I create a golden version? Can I do that? Cool. So I'm going to create a golden Yogg-Saron's Hope End because I have the dust. I don't use it very often. It's a dumb idea, sure, but I want it because in addition to just being golden and fancy, every spell that it plays will be golden. So we're going to craft it. There we go. We now have our golden Yogg-Saron Hope's End. That's dope. And he spells your doom. Yourdoom. Alright. So now, we're going to make a deck. No, we want to just delete that. Does that work? There we go. So we're going to make a new deck. I don't know if I'm going to play it yet because...
You can create a
Whoa.
deck from a recipe or make one of your own.
Alright. Dragonfire, Madness, and Magic. Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's just look at it. Servant of Yogg-Saron. Oh! They have a deck recipe. That's my deck. That's so good. I'm going to do it differently because this one is literally just... Archmage Antonidas. Oh, Archmage Antonidas would be such a good card in this deck. But I'm going to make like a crappy version of it just because I can. So I'm going to go custom deck. And literally we're going to go... Let me just get the cards that matter. I'm going to search them instead of doing this. Yogg. Is that it? Yep. Yogg-Saron. Bronzebeard, and then 28 spells is how we're going to do this. Spells. Sure, why not? Spells. I have 2 icebox? Cool. Spells. Right, part of me wants to know if Servant of Yogg-Saron counts as a spell for Yogg-Saron. For like the ability. We're gonna name this one Yogg-Saron, cause that's what it's used for. Convert to wild, okay. And then yeah, that's it. Oh right, also just so that you're aware, because it is a new expansion, whenever you hover over a deck, if it is wild, you can convert it to standard, and if it's standard, you can convert to wild, which just means that wild mode, for those of you who don't know, is you can use any cards you want, whereas standard is you have to use what is within the standard regulation, which as of right now only excludes, what are those? Goblins versus Gnomes, the entire expansion of Goblins versus Gnomes, and Naxxramas. You can't use those cards. Everything else is fair game. So yeah, that's it. That's the deck. Boom, Yogg-Saron. And what the heck? We'll play one game with our Yogg-Saron deck. It won't work at all, and I'll have no problem with that. And then later, I might think about actually, like making a proper deck with Yogg-Saron, but not have it be dumb. Where is it? Yogg-Saron. Can you like reorganize them? Maybe not on this screen. So yeah, see these ones have different borders because they're wild decks, but they're just all my old decks that I haven't converted yet. And then you can switch your style here. So the Kraken is standard because it's the year of the Kraken. All that dictates is the what sets are allowed or not. And then wild is you can use all cards. So let's launch into a Yogg-Saron game and see how long is this video. Already 30 minutes? Okay. Honestly, that pack opening took longer than I expected. The TGT one, I feel like went really fast. But then I gotta get that last pack, at that point I had 17 and I was already getting full dust packs, so after 50 I'm sure the last 25 were pretty much dust. Alright. Get an extra card, which is great, because the coin is a spell. So we have 29 spells in this deck. Oh man, that's the card I need. There's a card, it's a spell, it's a mage spell, that adds 3 spells to your hand.
Why do you call?
Alright. So many spells. All the spells. Right, so now our objective is to just survive to long enough where we could play Bronzebeard, Yogg-Saron, which is going to be hard because it's a minimum of 2 turns because Yogg-Saron's a 10-drop, and we got Bronzebeard. And then Mortal Coil, understandable. Okay.
The light protects me.
There we go. So yeah, I mean, right, this game won't be very exciting because it will just be me playing spells, trying to survive as long as I can until we have Yogg-Saron, which is also frustrating because he's a 1 out of 30 card in this deck. Okay, we got you. Wham. then Frost Nova.
Glory to the Sindora.
Ooh. That's the first time it's like ever been used successfully. Okay. Blue Fireball. Perfect card to draw. You're dead. Ice Block the Secret. Did I just say Ice Block the Secret? I don't know what that means. I played the Secret, that is Ice Block.
You call that?
And then I get my 8 armor.
You call that a weapon?
Yeah, this is looking a lot like my Warlock deck. Forgotten Torch does 3 damage. Alright, so yeah, I mean, this is me hoping that we pull Yogg-Saron on turn 10. Because I don't, we're not going to get, especially in this game where this person has a ridiculous board, we're not going to get the Bronze Beard combo. Okay, we got 6 damage. Well, that guy's going to be bad. 6 damage, we can kill you. Poke you again. Right, so basically we have this turn and then the next turn to hope that I draw a Yogg-Saron and that it doesn't at all kill me. Okay. So we Ice Block again. We Arcane Intellect to draw 2 cards. We get Arcane Missile and Cone of Cold. Arcane Missile, see what we get. Okay, good. Not that this Cone of Cold will actually matter, but it'll make me feel good.
Job done.
And then here's hoping that Yogg-Saron is our next card and that we win. Ice Block, it's over. I guess in reality I should have saved that Cone of Cold for this next turn here. Alright, Mirror Image. And then that's it. Yeah, unless this guy wants to just sit there and wait for me to pull Yogg-Saron, which I doubt. Yeah, even then. Boop. There you go. Oh, they discarded their Bronze Beard. Alright. Honestly, I did way better than I thought it was. I lived way longer. We got them down to half health. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the problem is I can't show you it because I can't guarantee it's going to happen. It's a 1 in 30 draw that I have to survive to at least turn 10 to get, and then play a whole bunch of spells. I might goof around with it a bit while I'm talking with my friends about the expansion afterwards, but I'm not going to do this video for that long because it might be a couple of hours. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Feel free to come check out the expansion if you either haven't played Hearthstone before, or if you've been playing and you just took a little break like I did. It's fun so far. I got a little frustrated playing against it early on when I wasn't using the old Gods cards, but now that I have access to some, it might be a little bit better. And I mean, maybe I was just carrying over. I think my real stress was that I was trying to do it so that I wanted to get the money to record the video, and it was just taking longer than I wanted it to. So that's whatever. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and share the video, subscribe to keep up to date with any future uploads I have, and I will see everyone tomorrow.